You know that lockdown is getting to you when you find yourself and your 55-year-old husband quoting Harry McClary to each other first thing in the morning and laughing hysterically about it. Things are going weird. Good morning, it's Saturday. The astute amongst you will notice that there wasn't a vlog yesterday. I did pick up the camera a few times, I did make a few little clips, but my heart just wasn't in vlogging yesterday. I do need to have a day off to clear my mind every now and then, I think. So I'm sure you will understand. Anyway, back to it today. Today is Saturday, the sun is shining, but it's blooming freezing outside, really cold. Today is an exciting day. Today we're going to try and sort this out. I've got my hair dye. This is not the normal one I use. I usually get it from Home Bargains, and I don't know if Home Bargains is open or not, but I got this before lockdown a couple of weeks ago on a trip to Superdrug. So it is Clairol, nice and easy. Shade 10C, extra light cool blonde. So that's what we're doing this morning. Get those roots covered up. Also, last night, actually, let me just put this on while I talk to you. And that involves getting a band for my hair. I will be back. That's better. I'm going to put on some of this, which is the Beauty Pie 5-minute Fruity Zyme 5-minute facial. It's sort of like a scrub. That's what it looks like. And it's got little tiny flakes in it. It's not actually that scrubby at all. You put it on, leave it for 5 minutes, probably be 10 in my case, because I'm not very good at following instructions, and then wash it off. But last night I was thinking about why my skin is so dry and unhappy, and I realised that the one thing that I've changed in my skincare routine recently is I've been using up bits of old products after my bathroom declutter. Recently, if you haven't seen my bathroom declutter, I will link it up there for you. And I am using this cleanser, which is by Kiehl's, which is quite an expensive brand. It's called Ultra Facial Cleanser. And it says gentle liquid formula that cleanses without over drying or stripping skin. Now, I beg to differ, Kiehl's. I would say this is over drying my skin. I don't very much like it, which is why it's hung around for ages. It's a foaming cleanser. It comes out like that, and then you rub it into your face and it foams, or sort of foams. Yeah, it does. Yes, you can see on that hand it's gone foamy. And I think that is what's drying my skin out. So I am going to stop using that with immediate effect, because I usually use a cleansing balm or a cleansing butter and massage that into my skin, and it feels nourishing and nice, you know. And I just thought that could be the reason. That's the only thing I've changed recently. So I am going back to this, which is Body Butter. No, it's Body Shop Chamomile Cleansing Butter, which is very good value. A lot of the cleansing balms I use are slightly more expensive than this, but this is a really good value option. It's hard and it smells absolutely glorious, and you don't need very much of it. So this is what I'm going back to from tonight. And let's see if that makes any improvement in my skin. I've also ordered some face shaving razors, because I want to give that a try. I know my mother's probably shouting at the screen now going, shaving your face? What on earth? Anyway, I'm going to go and put this on my roots and watch some YouTube while I cook, I think. Hair dye is done, makeup is done. Today I've gone for a turquoise halo eye, which looks better on camera than in real life, if I'm honest. But it's nice and bright and cheers me up, so that's good. The sun's out again, which is lovely. Pleased with my hair, considering it was a different colour. I think it's done a good overall general lightening, hasn't it, of everything. It doesn't look too unnatural, which is good. Right, plans for today then. Just had a notification on my phone. Plans for today. not an awful lot. I'm guessing that's going to become a bit of a theme. I think I'll start with doing my emails, and I don't have a video from yesterday to edit because I didn't film, so that's kind of nice actually. I'm going to, you can hear Ashley banging, that reminds me of something I was going to talk to you about. Things that break during lockdown. Last night, one of our toilets backed up, quite nastily. It's a Saniflow one, it's one downstairs. Very grateful that I have other toilets to use and don't need to use that one. But Ashley thinks the Saniflow part itself is no longer working. It's very old. I think it's from the 1980s, so it would not be surprising if that needs replacing. Luckily, my husband is very handy and can turn his hand to mending almost anything. So if we can get hold of a new Saniflow, he can replace it. If we can't, that's fine, we just won't use that toilet for the duration. But got me to thinking, how do people manage who only have the one toilet if that happens? Bit annoying, bit difficult, problematic. The other thing that's broken is my Hoover. We have two Hoovers. I've got a cordless Dyson, which I love, but because we have such a lot of carpet area, it's not, the battery runs out before I can do the whole area that I want to do. So it's great for little bits and smaller rooms, but not quite man enough for the job of the whole house. So we've also got a corded Dyson, which we've had for years and years and years. And to be fair, the builders have used it quite a lot to hoover up, let's say chunky dust, rather than rubble. Although I suspect on some occasions some bits of rubble may have gone into it. So to be fair to that Dyson, it's done a pretty good job over about 10 years. I've got a very runny nose, excuse me a second. So yeah, to be fair to it, it has been done quite a good job. So I need to order a new Dyson now as well. So a week of things breaking, a 300 quid Saniflow, probably a 300 quid Dyson. Never rains but it pours, eh? Never rains but it pours. Well, it's 12:30, 20 to 1, and I've had a productive morning. I've got 6 new eBay listings up. I've tidied out my computer a little bit, something that I was wanting to do. Only a tiny bit. I've just got rid of some old files and stuff, but it needs a really thorough sort out. But I think that'll be on my future list. What else have I done? Ashley's been swearing all morning because he's been taking apart the broken toilet. Very unpleasant job. Very unpleasant. The inside of the Saniflow was something to behold. I nearly got the camera, but I thought I would spare you that that little treat. Be grateful that I did. So I'm not quite sure what to do with the afternoon. I'm thinking maybe a film, but I always feel a bit guilty when the weather's nice and I watch a film. But not sure really. Film I think would be good. I haven't watched a film all week, so yeah, maybe I'll pick something off my list and watch that. I'd quite like to start a jigsaw. Quite like to do some reading. In fact, today's video is going to be a library book haul from the books, because this is going to go up on Monday, which should have been my book club video, but I have managed to fail to read the book club book this month. I'll be back on it next month. Just I haven't been reading. I've hardly been reading at all. I have started something, but I'm reading it at the speed of wading through treacle, so yeah, not really working for me at the moment, reading. But I'm fully intending, come Monday, to be back on the reading wagon. Not sure what else to say to you today. It's rare that I'm lost for words, but currently I am. So I just thought I'd show you Ashley's office setup. It's in our spare bedroom, which is at the front of the house. And we've switched over this corner, we've moved the chair and what have you over to this corner. So he's got all this side for his office. This desk came from Will's room. Will had 2 desks in his room and he doesn't use this one. So we've moved it in here for Ashley with a dining room chair, and he's got this unit that was in here already with all his files on the top. And it's working quite well, and he's got this quite nice view out of the French windows here. So that's quite nice, and that's working well, and it also gives him a little quiet area rather than... Sorry, I'm out of breath, I've just run up the stairs. Rather than working at the dining room table, which is where he normally works when he works in the house. So That's working quite well. Although obviously it's Saturday today, so he's not doing loads. Right, I've just decided, I thought I would get my jigsaw out, and then I've discovered that my dining room table looks like this again. So, and also, I still haven't finished this brown unit that I'm meant to be doing. All the cupboards and the top bit has been done, and I've done one drawer from the bottom. So I'm feeling like perhaps I should power through the rest of it. There's not much that is really just a quick tidy out and clean the cupboards rather than a major decluttering session, because there's not much in there that needs getting rid of, but it does need doing, so perhaps I should do that. I just thought this little unit was worth showing you. It's something I bought fairly recently from Amazon, and this drawer's always so messy with batteries, all different shapes and size batteries, half empty packets, and it was just all a bit of a nightmare. So I went on Amazon and found this, and it's a lovely storage solution. It's got a little battery tester here. This bit actually comes out. I don't think I can get it out with one hand. Yes, I can. This bit comes out, and that's a battery tester for all sorts of different types of batteries. So you can test them and then store them in all the little different compartments. It just appeals to my organisational self. Just let me push that back in. It hasn't got a place for these little flat batteries, of course, but they've stopped nicely into there. It's really made this drawer loads tidier. So yeah, I'll link that one below in case you're interested, but just wanted to show you that's one of my favourite new organisational things. Actually, I'll show you another organisational thing when I think about it as well. I've been trying to have, don't want to actually show you the state of my kitchen, let's just ignore that end, we won't look at that end. But I've been trying to have less things on the worktops. Felt like the worktops were getting really cluttered with stuff I kept out. So I got rid of my knife block for my sharp knives, and I bought this one on Amazon, which slots into a drawer. It's bamboo, and it works really well. Ashley was a bit sceptical about it to start with, but I actually really like it, and he's got used to it as well. When Will came home, he said, "Oh, I really like that thing, that's clever." So you can keep the littler ones up in this part, you see. And there's space for loads more than we've actually got. But yeah, we found the knife sharpener thing fits in nicely there as well. It's not any specific brand, it's just a generic one, but it fits our knives perfectly. So yeah, I was pleased with that because it got the knife block off the work surfaces. It was one less thing to clean and move every week when you clean the kitchen. Not that I've been cleaning the kitchen up till now, but I was quite grateful this week when I did clean the kitchen. So yeah, those are my two little organisational storage type things that I've bought recently that I'm really pleased with. It's about 4 o'clock, something like that. Just after 4. I'm good at knowing the time. Just thought I'd show you this. I bought this on my last trip up to Bournemouth. It's Fortnum and Mason picnic hamper. One of these lovely baskety ones that opens at the top. But this side was all right, where the hingy bits. But on this side, one of them was completely gone. And so Ashley is replacing them all for me with what I would call woolly string. I'm sure that's not the proper name for it, but I think that actually looks really nice. He's done a really good job of replacing that. So he's going to do this one as well on this side, so they're all the same. And yeah, I don't think that's too bad at all. It still opens really nicely. And yeah, then somebody can have it as a picnic hamper. Although nobody will be needing a picnic hamper in the foreseeable future, will they? So probably won't sell quite yet, I wouldn't have thought. The other one I've got here is this, which was entirely my fault. It's a making coffee pot. I actually bought 2 at the same time, and annoyingly that happened while I was bringing it home in transit on the way home. That happened. It's quite a clean break actually, so we're going to glue that one, and it's actually the right sort of era for the lounge, and it's also orange, which is the colour scheme that we're going to have, so might end up putting it somewhere in here. So yeah, there's a couple of little jobs for things that Ashley's going to mend for me while we have nothing to do. How's your day been, Mr. Matthews? Oh, sorry, I shouldn't, when you've got a big mouthful of food.
Didn't really go that well.
Didn't go that well. Well, it did, because you took the sunny flow apart. And it's working now, is it not?
Yes, and now I've got to buy, well, I broke tiles that I shouldn't have broken. And so now the sunny flow is going to be fixed and the tiles are going to be broken.
Ah, one step forward and two back, eh? Right, let's have a bookish segment, shall we? Just before all the libraries shut, just let me take my glasses off because they are, A, my eye is itching, and B, they're steaming up, standard. Right, yes, just before the libraries shut, I went to the library, and I think I mentioned on here, I'm not sure if I did, doing a bit of a book swap type thing, although I say I'm doing a book swap, I haven't given her any, with somebody from Ashley's office. She's lent me a couple of books, which I'm looking forward to reading, so I thought I'd show you all the books that I've got from the library and those two. So the first one I got from the library is Agent Rose, the true spy story of Eileen Nean, Britain's forgotten wartime heroine. And that's the cover. And I'll read you a little bit from inside the cover. It says, in September 2010, the body of Eileen Nean was found in a flat in Torquay. I didn't know that she was local to me. With no known friends or relatives, a council burial was arranged. A police search of her belongings found wartime French currency and wartime medals. Further investigation revealed that she was one of 40 women sent into France by the Special Operations Executive, Churchill's top secret wartime spy organisation. Her story and poignant death as a recluse became an international media sensation. So I thought that sounded really interesting. I'm very interested in women in the SOE in the Second World War. There's lots of... Right, let's have a bookish segment, shall we? Just before all the libraries shut, just let me take my glasses off because they are, A, my eye is itching, and B, they're steaming up, standard. Right, yes, just before the libraries shut, I went to the library, and I think I mentioned on here, I'm not sure if I did, doing a bit of a book swap type thing, although I say I'm doing a book swap, I haven't given her any, with somebody from Ashley's office. She's lent me a couple of books, which I'm looking forward to reading, so I thought I'd show you all the books that I've got from the library and those two. So the first one I got from the library is Agent Rose, the true spy story of Eileen Nean, Britain's forgotten wartime heroine. And that's the cover. And I'll read you a little bit from inside the cover. It says, in September 2010, the body of Eileen Nean was found in a flat in Torquay. I didn't know that she was local to me. With no known friends or relatives, a council burial was arranged. A police search of her belongings found wartime French currency and wartime medals. Further investigation revealed that she was one of 40 women sent into France by the Special Operations Executive, Churchill's top secret wartime spy organisation. Her story and poignant death as a recluse became an international media sensation. So I thought that sounded really interesting. I'm very interested in women in the SOE in the Second World War. There's lots of untold stories there. Codename Verity is a great fictionalised account of one such woman. I will link that in the description box below if you want a really, I've recommended that before, but really good, gritty, heart-rending World War II fiction, that is. So yeah, looking forward to that. And I'm probably going to say looking forward to that about every single book. This next one is called Sail Away by Celia Imrie, who is a well-known actress here in the UK, probably elsewhere as well, I don't know. But I picked this up because I was particularly interested in it because Celia Imrie was one of the guest lecturers on our cruise back from New York on the QM2 in December, and we went to a couple of her lectures and she was very interesting, lots of interesting stories and very listenable too. And she's written this, and it is actually set on a cruise ship. Hasn't got great reviews, I know that, but I thought it might be a bit of light entertaining fun, and I thought it was quite fun. It just looked like a fun read, which is possibly what I need right at the moment. So there's that one. Then I got this biography. Yes, autobiography. What am I talking about? It is an autobiography. Tracy Thorn, who was one half of Everything But the Girl, which was a well-known 80s pop band, 80s and 90s I think. Yeah, 80s and 90s, and that's sort of my era of bands, if you like, the 80s and early 90s, and it's called Bedsit Disco Queen, and I thought that would just be an intro. I like a good autobiography, and as I say, the era appeals to me. It was my time of growing up, so I thought that would be interesting. Something a little bit meatier. The CBT handbook. Look at the size of this. It's blimmin' massive, but it's got tiny writing as well. Oh, not too bad, not too bad. Looks quite accessible actually, doesn't it? I have some issues with worry and anxiety, not like diagnosable anxiety. I find it difficult to stop worrying about certain things, not related to the current situation at all, but something in particular that I was worrying, I don't particularly want to talk about it on here, but something in particular that I was really finding it hard to let go of and worrying about a lot, and I thought CBT might help it. It's something I thought I might look into and possibly go for some treatment. Do you call CBT treatment? I don't know. But that not being possible right at the very moment, I picked up this CBT handbook because I thought it would be quite interesting. And cognitive behavioural therapy is widely recommended for the treatment of emotional and psychological problems such as depression, low self-esteem, low mood, chronic anxiety, stress or out of control anger. This thorough yet easy to read general self-help guide is a must-have for anyone experiencing these common problems. So it does look quite accessible, doesn't it? It's not too dense. So yeah, I thought I might give that a go while I've got some time on my hands. Next, another non-fiction. This is The Sleep Book, How to Sleep Well Every Night. I need this. I go through periods, and I was sleeping terribly at the beginning of all the COVID-19 thing, and I've been sleeping better, still waking up very early, but I'm equally going to bed very early because I'm absolutely exhausted, and I haven't been sleeping so badly the last few nights. How's everybody else's sleep? Are you guys sleeping all right? Do you find yourselves awake in the night worrying, or are you finding it easier to sleep now? Do let me know. Yeah, so this one says, have you ever noticed that the harder you try to sleep, the more difficult it becomes? True story that, isn't it? With its revolutionary plan, the Sleep Book reveals how you can stop struggling and start sleeping using a unique blend of mindfulness and acceptance and commitment therapy techniques. Never heard of that. Dr. Guy Meadows can free you from your sleep problem, whether it's a few restless nights or a lifetime of insomnia. So who knows, but that's again, it didn't look too heavy. It was it looked quite accessible in terms of the way it was set out, so I thought that might be interesting to read. Finally, from the library, I picked this up, which again looks quite light and entertaining, and it's called 3 Ways to Capsize a Boat, An Optimist Afloat. And this guy, Chris Stewart, the author, wrote another book called Driving Over Lemons, which I read a long time ago. I think that was set in Italy, as I recall. No, it was set in Spain. I've just seen it on the back. It was a long time ago, in my defence. It says, if you're wondering what Chris Stewart did before he moved to El Valero, the Spanish farm immortalised in Driving Over Lemons, here's one of the answers. He took to the sea, landing a post as a yacht skipper, sailing a Cornish crabber around the Greek islands. It was his dream job, but there was just one tiny problem. He hadn't ever sailed before and had not the foggiest how to start. So I thought that might be quite entertaining and fun and light, and who doesn't like the look of what looks like a Greek island with sea and a palm tree and blue sky? Doesn't that just look absolutely lovely at the moment? So that's that one. And then the 2 that I borrowed from Sarah, let me just show you these. This author I've read before, Linda Green. This is called The Last Thing She Told Me, and it's a psychological thriller type of thing, I think. It was a Richard and Judy book club read. I didn't realise that. I've just noticed that on the front. And it says, moments before she dies, Nicola's grandmother Betty whispers to her that there are babies at the bottom of the garden. Nicola's mother claims that she was talking nonsense. However, when Nicola's daughter finds a bone while playing in Betty's garden, it's clear that something sinister has taken place. Ooh, that sounds quite exciting. I do enjoy Linda Green's books, so that will be a good read, I expect. And then this one, The Librarian of Auschwitz, which I'm not sure how I'm feeling right now about traumatizing stories set in Auschwitz, but it is something that's been on my list for a while, so depending on how I feel, I might get onto this one. It says 14-year-old Dieter is one of the many imprisoned by the Nazis at Auschwitz-Birkenau, but Dieter becomes the secret librarian of the camp, tasked with taking charge of the small collection of precious books the prisoners have managed to smuggle past the guards. But books are extremely dangerous. They make people think. And nowhere are they more dangerous than in Block 31 of Auschwitz, where the slightest transgression can result in execution, no matter how young the transgressor. So actually that sounds really good, doesn't it? So I think I will make an effort to read that one. So as you can see, I've got plenty to read. That lot is going to keep me very, very busy for the foreseeable future. Now I'm going to put up side by side now, because I've completely forgotten the name of it and I haven't got my phone to check it. The book that we are going to be reading for book club for, if you didn't know, I should just I shall start that all over again. For those viewers who don't know, I run a monthly online book club. It's based within a Facebook group. I will link the Facebook group below for any new viewers who don't know about it and would like to come and join us. We read one book a month, and which is picked by a different person every month. They choose a different person each month chooses 3 books, and we put a poll in the Facebook group, and the group votes on which one they want to read, and the one with the most votes is the one that we read the following month. So I'm going to put up side by side here what we're going to be reading for April, and then at the end of the month we discuss the book. Either the person who's chosen the book sets the questions, or I set the questions, and we have a set of questions in the Facebook group and everybody answers them, and we provoke some interesting discussion, and I make a video answering the questions as well, which I haven't done this month because I haven't read the March's book. As you can imagine, it hasn't been, I just haven't been in a reading mood this month, so I haven't, I haven't read March's book, but I'm going to read April's book. I'm going to put what has been chosen side by side up here, so you can see what we've chosen to read in April. I will also link it in the description box below for you. I think that's it, isn't it? I've gone on for 11 minutes now, so I'm going to call this one a day, and I will see you again. When will this be going up? This will be going up Monday. I'm going to have a day off tomorrow, which is Sunday. And yeah, this will go up Monday. So I'll see you again tomorrow, which is Tuesday. Thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye.